Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a review of the new 180 Brutfuner set available at the moment on Amazon. These are not to be confused with the original Brutfuners, which look like this, and I've had for quite some time. You can still get these original Brutfuners, so they're all still available on Amazon quite easily. They look like this instead, and they come in the plastic packets rather than these new shiny tins. These are unfortunately not the lovely square versions that are going around. These are just the new Brutfuner version. So you get this cardboard sleeve to them, and when you take it off, you've got this nice solid thick tin. This is of course 180 pencils, which is the biggest set that I've owned so far. You get in the top this nice swatch chart. It's on normal paper, slightly thicker than your kind of Amazon paper, and it's not that shiny stuff, so you'll actually be able to use this to swatch your pencils onto, which is quite nice. So that comes in the lid. You will see I have some missing from my tin, and that's because, as always, I have tried these pencils out to show you and give you my honest opinion on them. You get these little plastic pull-out trays with the finger holds in them, and there's 1, 2, 3, sorry guys, 4, 5, 6, I think that's the last one, just check, yeah, 6 trays to these, and obviously a vast array of different colours in this set. These are, let's be honest, these are essentially the exact same as the crayon pencils. I've found that their cores work pretty much the same as well. They are also an oil-based pencil, so it's not really surprising that they have come from the same manufacturer. And I really like the crayon pencils, so the fact that these basically perform the same is not a disappointment or an issue to me. It does, however, mean that they are somewhat different to the original Brutfuner sets. So the pencils themselves come with the usual matte black barrel that's quite popular at the moment, the silver band, and then the covered end in the colour that you are getting. It has Brutfuner colour pencils on one side, and then you get your colour name and your colour number. Unlike the crayon, where your colour number is all the way up the top on your capped end, these are much further down, so you are going to lose your colour number and colour name quite early in. But to be honest, this kind of budget pencil is not sold open stock anyway, so it's not really like you can just replace your bright yellow. What is very nice, if you can see, is the very, very large clear writing on these, that if you do struggle with that kind of thing, makes these really nice to tell what colour you're working from. As always, they're a budget pencil. You will probably need to swatch your pencils out to get true to colour swatches, as they rarely completely match their capped ends. And they are a round barrel, and of course they're quite lightweight. They're a cheaper pencil, but most of these pencils feel quite nice nowadays. Especially these are retailing just over £30 on the Amazon UK site, which for 180 pencils that I found to perform very well is something that I do not have a problem with, and I would buy these again. I would buy the original that I also love again, but I would definitely also repurchase these if I worked my way through this crazy amount. I will say with the differences, these worked on the Amazon paper much nicer. The original Brutfuner hate Amazon paper and do not work well on there for me, whereas I did test these on that paper because I wanted to see for you what it was like. So I have swatched the colours out. You will notice if I turn this around, on the left hand side of some of these colours are little dots, and those are the metallics that you get in the set. So you'll see that there is quite a vast range of metallic colours to this set, dotted around. And I never use metallic pencils, but they are actually quite nice for metallics, and I think you would, if you are a metallic user, be quite happy with what you've got. As always, you have a ridiculous amount of greens, plenty of blues, although to be honest they've not gone quite as crazy as usual, and because it is a big set, you've actually for once got quite a nice array of reds in this set. Maybe not many oranges for the size of the set, but quite a nice array, say your R's properly, of browns and then a few purples dotted in there. I must admit, the one main difference with the crayon is you do get a lot more purples in that set, and they do have some quite nice pinks. As always, for the size of the set, they are a bit light on the amount of really light colours you get, but they are in there, which is nice, because as you well know, with the budget brands, it's quite difficult to get your really pale highlight colour tones, but the ones that they do have are very nice. So I have done a couple of small pictures with them to try them out because, well, I don't think you should really be giving your opinion on something if you haven't used them and actually decided how you feel about it. So I first worked in Magical Dawn Henna Colson and did this little picture here. And obviously this is really nice paper that I always find my oil pencils really agree with. So to give it a good shot, I tried it on here first. I absolutely love this green colour combination, and I've made a note of it for myself. I love how this frog turned out. So it's simply the Brutfuner pencils on there. The black is my Jelly Roll Glaze, and then this shine here is a Pentel Dual Metallic, and the white is a white gel pen. And the pencils themselves, even this is a mixture of browns and yellow. We've got some orange, red and yellow, greens, and then blues, and then a little bit of pink and red here for these, and I'm very pleased with how that turned out. They blended really nicely together, and the paler colours went over the top really nice to smooth those out, and I was really happy with the use of them. In fact, so happy that I did immediately colour something else with them. And like I say, I wanted to check them. I've got this little Selena Fennec mini grayscale book that I recently purchased, and it's got the dreaded Amazon paper in that people don't like. And I just did this beautiful little girl here in the pinks and blues. The only thing that's not the Brutfuner, I've got a little bit on the wings of her and the bumblebee of the Spectrum Noir glitter brush pen that I do like for things like that. But apart from that, it's all just done in the Brutfuner colours over that grayscale, and I'm very pleased with them. Pleased with the way they worked, the way the white of the page disappeared, and the way that they blended together on that page. And no, I must admit, I couldn't be more pleased with that little picture. I still have her skin to do, but I wanted to lay something down and have a play and see what they were like. And the blue and the pink, I have to say, worked wonderfully well, and I'm very pleased. So, colour range is really nice. I mean, 180 colours is no joke. You are going to find in there the colours you need, and if not, you are going to have enough colours to be able to create them. White, as always, is a budget white. If you really want to have a nice range and versatility, I would get yourself a more expensive white, just one white pencil, open stock. The Prismacolor is very good. The a Caran d'Ache, they're expensive, but when it's just one pencil and they'll last you a long time to change your shades, then I've found it to really be worth it for my pictures. And apart from that, you're going to have everything you need. The black in the set is plenty black enough. You don't get many greys, but some people really like that. And I don't really colour. I don't shade with black or grey. I use colour tones, so it doesn't really bother me at all. So yeah, I mean, if you want a massive grey set, this is not the set for you. And if you're really, really into your purples, maybe you would prefer the Crayon. But I'm definitely pleased with my purchase. I would purchase again, and that's really what it comes down to. When you're all done, will you use these pencils? Would you buy them again? If the answer to both those things are yes, then those pencils were good and they were worth their money to you. For a budget set and the amount that you're getting, are they a polychromos? No. Are they beautiful pencils that you will be happy with working with? Yes. And I have polychromos and I will still use these, so that should say something to you. Of course, if you are preparing actual artworks to give to people, they're not going to be light fast, they're not going to keep their colour, so they're not really recommended for that purpose. But as a hobbyist, as a colourist, they are really nice pencils. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope, as always, this review has been useful to you, because that's the whole point of this. I've already purchased them. I own them. It didn't save me anything, but I'm hoping that it helps people make informed choices for these items. And to be honest, I don't feel like I have very often bought something that I just really hated or couldn't use, so I've been quite lucky with the items I've had so far. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up for me. If you've got any questions about the pencils or anything I've mentioned, pop them in the comments below, or my details are in the description, and you can always message me on Instagram. I always reply. I love chatting to you guys, so always feel quite free to request something or request to see something. If you want to see me use these on a video, in pictures, again, just let me know and they will pop up before long. And I will see you in the next video.